Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you out came out there pushing his word with all truth and sincerity. And this is the brother Kwara Abad from the Houston camp, and just want to go into a lesson, here before I go ahead and walk into the job or whatnot. But I want to speak on Jacob and Esau, man, because that's the times we in. That's the two main nations in the Bible, in the world, man, in world history. You see, like Apostle Rakal said a while back, when you get you buy some dinner or something, you have your main part of the meal, which say if you get a burger, the main part of your meal is that burger. You see? Well, Jacob and Esau, they is that burger, man. And the other nations, they just extras. They just the fries or the ketchup for the fries, or the straw that going in the drink. But the point being that we're in the end, man. You see, we're in the end, and Esau is the last to rule, and Jacob is next up to rule after Esau, as it is written in Second Esdras, man. But what I want to touch on this lesson is, as we, been through life or going through life, looking at the past, whether it's hundreds of years ago, 40, 50, 60 years ago, we see how the so-called white man, which is the nation of Edom, right? The white man, woman, and child, the nation of Edom, Esau, Edom, and the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which is the nation of Israel, right? Which descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We see throughout history that these two nations have never gotten along, man, and will never get along. You see? And the main reason that we can't get along is going back to that blessing, man, as we started off with that scripture before the lesson. You see? That's why the so-called white people, man, woman, and child, hate the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's why the nation of Edom, which are the so-called white people, hate the nation of Israel, man, which are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Why? It all goes back to the blessing that they gave up. They gave up the blessing of the kingdom of heaven. That was given to them first. The blessing to rule all nations. The blessing of having the Most High as their God and the Lord Yahweh Shai as their Savior, man. They gave that up to us. And now they regretting that, man. And we're going to get more into the lesson on, how that situation went down. But that's ultimately why they hate us, because we the chosen nation and they the rejected nation now, man. They hate that we are a special people. And it all goes back to history, man. It ain't just new thing on earth, Hey, like the scripture says in Amos 3:3, can two walk together lest they be agreed, man? You're not about to just be with somebody who you don't have nothing in common with, Like the scriptures say, I think it's second Sirach 13. I'm hopping to the scriptures, but real quick, Sirach 13. And right, Sirach 13 and 15, it says, every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. Right? Who was the neighbor of the Israelites? The Israelites, man, our own people. But every beast loveth. You don't see no hyenas just chilling with lions. No, man. You will be with your people. It says, all flesh consorted according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. Right? And that's why we have never gotten along, because these Edomites are not like us. They have a wicked spirit. You see, in the nation of Israel, we are the righteous. We have righteous spirits within us, man. You see? We serve one power, Yahweh, and they serve no God or Satan. You see? They workers of wickedness, we workers of righteousness, man. We want to heal the earth, they want to destroy the earth. We want peace, they want evil, man. So we can't get along. It says, what fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? Right? We the lambs. We the sheep. Right? And Esau the wolf, man. It says, so the sinner with the godly, and that's what it is. We the godly, man. We are the chosen of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's what Yashal is, man. Prince of the power. And he's the sinner, man. But I just want to get that. I'm gonna finish this. It says, what agreement is there between a hyena and a dog, and what peace between the rich and the poor? And that is, man. You see? So we don't have no dealings with Esau, Edom, but this ain't just start in civil rights with Martin Luther King, man. This ain't just start in the Dark Ages or Rome when Yahweh, John the Baptist, Peter, and them was on the scene. The Romans ain't just start hating them just cause. All the Greeks, Antiochus ain't just, he was like, you know what, I'm about to start hating these black people. Well, you know, dark-skinned people, these Israelites. No, that started way, way before that, man. Going all the way back to Esau, going all the way back to Cain, going all the way back to the garden, man. That's where his hatred started. Matter of fact, let's get that. That's where his hatred started at, man. And Lord willing, this lesson edifying, you know. But it's all the Most High movie. This is how He want that movie to go, you know. But I'm gonna grab this. Going back to the garden, Esau been trying to deceive us to go off, man. Accuse us to our power, man. You know. But this is Genesis. Now I ain't gonna read the whole thing. I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Now you know the Adam and Eve story with the serpent. But that's the Christian church in this world preach it. They say that serpent was an actual snake, and it slithered to Eve. You want this apple? You know what I mean? No, man, that was a person, man. It was nations on earth. You know, good thing about it, when Cain got cursed, he said, if somebody see me, they shall slay me. Well, it was just Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. Then who was going to kill him? It had to have people on the earth. You know? Who was Cain's wife? Who he took for a wife? You know? But that's not the point. The point is, you know, Adam and Eve and the serpent. But that serpent in that garden was an actual man. Now, at the time, everybody had pigment. You see, Cain didn't get his curse yet. The curse was being leprosy, having your pigment taken from you. So it was a dark-skinned man, but this is the point. The spirit that was in that man was an Edomite spirit, man. Was a wicked spirit, you see? A deceitful spirit, man. Like, hey, what? Satan, right? Adversary and devil or deceiver, man. That's the spirit that was in that man. And we know, you know, reincarnation is real according to the Bible. We all been reincarnated. Others been reincarnated. Everybody been reincarnated. You see? And that spirit in the garden was reincarnated into Cain. Man, let's get into the scriptures. I'm rambling. I gotta go to work too. Salakia. This is Genesis 3, and I'm gonna start at 13. And Yahweh power said unto the woman, what is that? And this after they, you know, the serpent came with the you know, being deceiving. It says, and the Lord power said unto the serpent, Salaki, verse 13, and the Lord power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat, man. And again, this serpent ain't no actual, I mean, let me grab this real quick. Ain't no actual person. This Revelation 12, because that's talking about the spirit of Esau, Edom. This Revelation 12 and 9, it says, and this is when Yahweh come back and fight against Esau, Edom, and the nation's army. It says, Revelation 12 and 9, it says, and the great dragon was cast down, right? The dragon, it says, that old serpent, man. Old from what? The garden. That's when it's talking about. That's when that serpent go back to. Now, Yahweh and Michael and them not about to come back and fight an actual big ass red dragon, man. That's talking about Esau, Edom, and his military and his system, man. But the point is, it's Esau, Edom who's the serpent, man. It says, and prevail not neither, so like in the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. There you go. Which deceiveth the whole world, just like he deceived Eve. He deceiving the whole world with his witchcraft now. Right? Got everybody thinking so-called Jesus, the name of the Lord. He white, God white. Social media. He go deceive people to get this chip. This is that serpent, man, that deceived Eve. It says, and he was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him, man. Talking about the people that's ruling with him. But just to prove, that's that old serpent, man. That's the devil. That's the Satan. Remember, Satan got a physical counterpart on earth. Let's prove that. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 And 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed. And that's what we're doing right now, revealing the wicked. Who's the wicked? According to Malachi 1 and 4, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child. They don't do nothing but rob, steal, murder. You see? That's all they do, man. They all about evil. That's the wicked seed. Going back to what we said earlier, that's why we can't get along with them. We the righteous seed, man. What we gonna sit down and talk to Esau about? They pedophiles, you know? But it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Watch this. It's talking about the wicked. It says, even him, even Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders, man. So Esau, the so-called white man, the wicked, his coming, his doing, his deeds on earth, his actions are after the working of Satan, man. Satan is a spiritual, a spiritual angel in heaven. But how do he get his wicked deeds done on earth? Through Esau. Yes, the Most High is a spiritual power in the heavens, but how do he get righteousness done? Through his prophets, through his believers, man. Right? But going back to Genesis, I just wanted to get that to, quick precept to show you that serpent wasn't the actual slithering snake. How you go hold an apple then? You know what I mean? And it wasn't no apple, but it's Genesis 2 and 13. And the Lord Yahweh power said unto the woman, what is that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord Yahweh said unto the serpent, so he talking to that wicked spirit now, that man in whom that wicked spirit was, right? It says, and Yahweh power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle. Cursed above all cattle, above every person, man. Every person, every nation walking this earth, the so-called white man, woman, and child is cursed above all. And that curse went to who? Cain. That's why he was struck with and took his pigment was taken away. That's why people on earth now, of course, every nation's been scattered now all these thousands of years. So we're gonna have Israelites look like white people look like Israelites, so on and so forth. But back then, everybody had pigment, man. Everybody had some type of melanin in them. But Esau had no melanin, man. He looked like death, like he died. Wasted away. But going back, even this serpent was cursed just like Cain was cursed, man. Come on, gotta put 2 and 2 together. It says, it says, and Yahweh power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Symbolically saying, Esau will be in a lower state, man. A super lower state, like in the time during the Dark Ages, man. Around, circa that time, when he was in the caves and the clefts of the rocks, acting like animals, man. And it says, it's the point right here, though, just to go back to why they hate us, why we can't get along, why so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans can't get along with the so-called white man. It says, all the way back to the garden, it says, talking to that serpent still says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman. Let's see what this word enmity mean real quick. So enmity was put between the seed of the serpent, right? The spirit of the serpent and the spirit of the woman. Now, who's the woman? The woman is symbolic for Israel, man. Right? Like it's written in that is Revelation 12. You see? But let's get that word enmity real quick. See if they got it on the blue letter. Salakia. I'm gonna just go to the etymology, man. Blue letter tripping. Enmity says, late 14th century on the etymology online. Enmity says a hostile feeling, rivalry, malice, internal conflict. And that's why we can't get along. It's enmity there, man. It says hostile act, hostility, man. Let's see what else we can get. I'm gonna just go to Google. But you see why this go all the way back to the garden, man. All the way back to the garden. It says Hostility says hostile behavior, unfriendliness, or opposition, acts of warfare, man. Hey, come on, man. You see? So going back to the scripture says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, right? And between thy seed and her seed. We don't get along. That's why they don't like us. We don't like them. It says, it shall bruise thy head and thou shalt bruise his heel. You see? But I'm going to get this real quick. Right? This is Genesis. You know? Because you know, for the sake of time, man, because I'm already got fucking 5 minutes left, man. I got couple more precepts I want to dive into, man, but I'm gonna get what I can get in, though, Lord willing. It is, that'll fine. If I gotta cut it short, I'll just do a part 2, Lord willing. But you know, Cain, he had enmity with who? Abel. That's why he committed a hostile act and killed this brother, right? And so this is Genesis 25, right? And I start at 21. You see, because that same spirit from the garden, that serpent of old, went into Cain and it went into Esau, on down to their descendants today, man. Right? It says Genesis 25 and 21, and Isaac, which is Abraham's son, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. So Rebekah and Isaac, you know, had children on the way. And it says, and the children, right? She had twins. It says, and the children struggled together within her. They struggled, man. Man, let's go to that word. Let's see what struggle is. Man, see, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why we need the kingdom, bro. I ain't got time to even do a lesson, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Gotta go to work. You know? But, man, this Genesis 25. This shit is drove. Genesis 25, and because I don't want to feel like I'm rushing, man. Genesis 25 for that word struggle. This is struggle is let's see, H7533. It says to crush, to oppress, to be broken, to crush, to grievously oppress, to crush each other. They was trying to kill each other in there, man. Jacob and Esau. You see? In the womb, it says discourage, oppress, struggle together. So they were struggling, man, from the garden, Cain and Abel, all the way to in the womb, 2 twins in the womb. Ain't you supposed to be brothers? And you feel me? But it says, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, 2 separate nations. 2 different nations. And like we got earlier, you see, you gonna go to your like to people you can get along with. So that's why they wouldn't get along in the womb. There was 2 separate nations, man. It says, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. 2 manner of people get down, have 2 different mindsets. One people, the Israelites, they have salt. You see, they have compassion, love, peace. You know, creative, active, lively. You see, godly. That's the Israelites, man. But you also had a little demon baby in there, Esau, Edom, wicked, all about death, evil. You know, no peace. You see, that's not gonna get along, man. That's not gonna get along. Look at the civil rights movement. All our people wanted is peace. Let's just sit down and we trying to just sit down in your restaurant and get a little milkshake, man. But Esau pulling hair, spitting, fighting. Come on, man. From the flesh, from the womb to the flesh. But all this was chosen from the foundations of the world, as it is written in Romans 9 and 13. But this is Genesis 25 and 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people, the Israelites, and the one people shall be stronger than the other. And we physically stronger than Esau, Edom. Mentally stronger than Esau, Edom, man. Spiritually stronger than Esau, Edom, man. Jake, bro, we go through hard times. Super oppressed, no money. Esau, he a millionaire. He lose $10,000, $50,000, $1 million or whatever. He gonna kill himself, man. He get fired from the job. He gonna kill himself. We don't need to talk about sports. We already know how that go, you know. But the point is, our people are stronger than these people, man, in whatever way possible. It says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. So whoever come out first have to serve and be in subjection unto the younger brother, man. Let's see who come out first. And when her days to be were delivered, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first, the elder, right? Let's see who this is, because they got to serve the little brother. It says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. You see? Red. You see? Right? Because he ain't had no pigment, man. He looked it wasted away. Joshua, man. He looked it dead, as good as dead. Like when Miriam, I think, Miriam got her pigment taken. They said, shit, let Moses and Aaron, they said, let us not look as good as dead, man. Look like death, because she looked like she was dead, a corpse. That's how Esau looked, man. You know? Red, they just be bleeding for no reason. The scabs all on them, dark spots. You know? But the point is, Esau have to serve Jacob. Now, yeah, they served us under King David and, you know, Solomon, the Dark Ages. But what is really going to be fulfilled is in the kingdom, man. They're going to serve for 1,000 hardcore years, man, of slavery, man. And then get exterminated. But it says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel. Now, why didn't they describe Jacob? Because he looked like everybody else. Dark skin, man. Esau was the odd one. He's the odd one in the earth. Right? It says, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. Why? Why his hand took hold of Esau's heel? Because the Israelites go be the one, starting with Yahushua, to pull the so-called white man, Esau Edom, out of rulership, man. We gonna pull him down. And we gonna rule. And that's when the elder truly gonna serve the younger. It says, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them, man. Right? And you know, you read down verse 27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Now, who the best so-called hunters today? Type in hunting on Google, it's gonna be all so-called white people, man. Holding up deer heads and buffalo heads, man. Cunning hunters. That's that same spirit with them today. It says, and a man of the field, right? They know how to do the bird calls, the camouflage tent, set it up, you know, the fake leaves, they standing in the tree. That's Esau, a cunning hunter, man, a man of the field, right? It says, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, chilling. It says, Isaac loved Esau, but because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And you know, you call it Jake, shit, mama's boys, man, right? It says, and you go down, let's talk about how, let me just read it, man. And Jacob saw a pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, because Esau asked for food, he was tired. He ain't catch nothing from hunting, took L's, he ain't see no deal. So he came asked Jacob for some food, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. Now, you go back into the ancient world, your birthright, your blessing was supposed to go to your firstborn son. Now, Esau was the firstborn. He had the blessing. So the same things that's written in Romans 9:4, that's pertaining unto Israel, the kingdom, the service of the Most High, the covenants, you see, the promises, so on and so forth. The kingdom of heaven was promised to Israel, that was formerly promised to Esau. That was his birthright and blessing, man. And this all goes into another reason, the main reason why they hate so-called black and brown people, man, because we have the blessing that they gave away. We have the blessing that they gave away, man. You know, let's get to it. It says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. What profit shall this birthright do to me? Right, and that's to tell you, Esau thinking the now, man. He thinking the now. He wasn't thinking about his generations or how he go come back in reincarnation, man. That was a selfish act right there. You know? It says, and Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore to him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. He gave it away. He gave it away, man. But in Romans 9:4, it says these things were already chosen from the foundation of the world. Let me see, I'm gonna get it. Romans 9:13. It's Romans 9:13. I'm gonna get straight to the point. It says, Romans 9:13, and 10, I'm gonna start at 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, talking about Jacob and Esau, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that called him. You see? It wasn't about what Esau did or what Jacob did. The Most High chose for that story to go down that way for his plan to be worked out. Because you got to think, when you go into the blessing, now, let's get it. Let's go to that blessing. When you go into the blessing that was given to Jacob, that Esau gave to Jacob, that was the same things that was already pretty much promised to Abraham and to Isaac. You see? You ain't just start with Esau. No. It was just being passed down to the line it was supposed to pass down unto, man. Let's get that. This is Genesis 27 now. I'm going to hop around, man, because it's, good bit to read. But Genesis 27 will go straight to the point when Isaac blessed Jacob. Genesis 27 and 26. And his father Isaac said unto him, come near now and kiss me, my son. You got to remember, because Jacob set himself up to be like Esau. And like I said, we just read, the scriptures say it was all the working of the Most High. That's how the Most High wanted this movie to go. It said he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is a smell of the field, right? Because he thought it was Esau, which Yahweh have blessed. Therefore the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven all the blessings, all the riches, man, right? The fatness of the earth, the best places to live, the best land, Israel. You see, really the whole earth was made for Israel's sakes. This was given to Jacob, man, which was given to all the way back to Adam, on down the line to Abraham, Isaac, man. It says, and of the earth and plenty of corn and wine, let the people serve thee, and the nations bow down to thee. And when it's really gonna happen, when this blessing that was given to Jacob really gonna be fulfilled in the kingdom of heaven, when all nations bow down and serve Israel. It says, and be Lord over thy brethren. Why? Because the elder had to serve the younger. Jacob was the younger. Now we have to be lords over the elder, man. And they hate that. Esau hate that. That's why he's doing everything he can now to make sure we don't get in power, to poison our people's minds, to poison us physically, man. You see? It says, cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. Now, wasn't that told to Abraham? This that same blessing that was given to Abraham, man. It says in right, and it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was scarce going out from the presence of Isaac, his father, right, that Esau, his brother, came in from hunting, because Esau went to hunt, and he thought, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to give my father this deal, and I'm going to get that blessing. But remember, hold on, Esau, you sold that. You sold that. And then Jacob said, promise me. You said, I promise. Give me them lentils. You promised, man. You gave your blessing away, so why you even had the audacity to try to still go get it? That's the devil for you, man. Tell you he really ain't mean that promise that he promised to Jacob. He was lying. He was lying, like the serpent said to Eve, thou shalt not surely die. Come on, man. Right? But going down, I ain't gonna read it, for the sake of time, but Isaac said, look, hold on, Esau. I thought you came in, I thought I blessed you. They're like, no, that was Jacob. And it says, verse 36, and Esau said, is not he rightly named Jacob, for he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he take away my blessing. No, you sold that, man. Stop lying. It says, and he said, hast thou not reserved the blessing for me? So Esau's like, Lord, bless me. I mean, not Lord, but Father, bless me. I need a blessing too. Like Esau today. When they see Jake winning, they hate that. They hate that, so they want to be included. Like they had a saying, Black Lives Matter. Well, the white man say, well, all lives matter, because he trying to be included. He trying to be included. Jacob got his blessing, now he trying to get his, man. That's Esau. He don't want to see nobody else win but him. That's that same spirit that was in the serpent. That's why he tried to get Adam and Eve to go off. He was tired of them winning, being the chosen nation. Cain, he felt plagued because Abel's sacrifice was accepted. You see? Esau, he feeling plagued because he gave away the blessing. Now Jacob had the blessing. Even unto the day, so-called white people hate when they see so-called black people happy, successful, or doing good for themselves. Not worrying about the so-called white man. They hate that, man. You know? Because it's that wicked spirit. We can't get along with these people, man. Right? Man, real quick. I'm going to go back to that Genesis, but real quick, I want to grab this, man. Because Esau, you know, it's going to tell you exactly why he hate and want to kill the Israelites. It's all because of that blessing. But real quick, this Sirach 33, just to go how we can't get along. Sirach 33 and 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge the Lord have divided them and made their ways diverse. Everybody have different ways. It says, some of them have he blessed and exalted. The Israelites, starting with the elect, he blessed and exalted us. It says, and some of them have he sanctified and set near himself. That's the elect. But some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. That's Esau, Edom, man. Right? As declares in a potter's hand to fashion it as his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as like of him best. The Most High gonna make you and how he want to make you. He gonna make you do what he wants you to do. It says the point, good is set against evil and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly. That's why we can't get along. That's why the so-called white woman, man, woman, and child hate the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because we the good and they the evil. We can't get along. And also there's that birthright. They mad, man. It says, so look upon all the works of the Most High. There are two and two, one against another. We against each other, man. And that's just how the Lord wants the story to be. Let's go back to this Genesis. We'll end it off this to show why they against us, man. Right? And it says, Genesis 27 and 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord. Right? We the Lord of Esau, Edom, and these other nations, man. We just going through a punishment right now from our power. It says, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, because he's the elder. You got to serve us. With corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do now unto thee, my son? Look, I gave Jacob everything. What I'm gonna do for you? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one? You gotta pee, crying, tears, snot running down his nose. He probably, you know, you crying how you hit the, you know, Esau probably doing all that, man. You know, though he humbled himself and go crouching, that's what he was doing. That's that Esau spirit, man. It says. And it says, Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one? Blessing my father, bless me, even me also, my father. Look, and Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Man, this shit funny. It says, and Isaac his father, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven. That's why Esau, he living so good right now. He in his blessing. He ruling the earth. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He is in his blessing. That's why he got the riches. That's why he got the blessed places on earth to live. But we know that's going to be given to us. He got a temporary blessing. I was an eternal blessing. And it says, and Isaac his father answered and said to him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live. By his sword. What the white man good with? Weapons, man. Going back to Cain. He used the weapon to kill his brother. Going back to Tubal Cain, man. The first artificer to make weapons. Who made these missiles? Physical weapons, guns, the Gatling gun against the Native Americans. You see? And not just guns, but, you know, the actual sword, but also his witchcraft, man. Diseases, that's a weapon, man. You see? So this is this man blessing, the sword, man. This is how he defended himself, because the Most High ain't gonna defend him, so he gotta defend himself with weapons. And it says, and shall serve thy brother, right? Because he the elder. It shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break the yoke off his neck, right? And they ruling over us now, you know. In the Renaissance, they came out the Dark Ages, started ruling over us, and they ruling until now, until Yahweh Shai come back. But this the main point right here. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. That's why they hate us so much, because we have the blessing that they had. Think about this. If you was to give up the kingdom of heaven, new bodies, the law, statutes, commandments put in your inward parts, perfect. You see? All riches and the Most High being your God and your God only, Yahweh shall only down for you. All the promises, things you can't even think of. If you gave that away for a whack-ass blessing, boy, how would you feel? How would you feel? That's how Esau feel. He took the major L, man, because he was living in the moment. He took a major L from living in the moment, man. He gave away this blessing. Now that we have it, the brother who he was fighting with in the womb, he mad now. That's why they hate us so much. That's why the so-called white man, woman, and child hate us so much, because we are special. We are the chosen people of the Lord. We are the chosen nation on earth, and they hate that, man. They hate that. Psalms 83. They want to cut us off from being a nation, so the name of Israel be no more remembrance. The first nation, heathen nation, who wanted to do that was Esau, Edom, man. Psalms 83. You see? But the point is, that's why they hate us so much, man, because we have what they want. We have that blessing. They don't have it, man. They lost it. Matter of fact, they gave it away. You see? But man, Lord willing, you know, this lesson was edifying. It's still more I want to go into. I had some other precepts, but I got to get to the job more than 15 minutes late, but fuck it. Lord willing, it's slacking for my language. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Chakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and blessings to all you out here, my dad, pushing his word with our truth and sincerity. With that, shalom.